just want to play you this speech from a Holocaust survivor, and she's speaking to Suella Braverman, who's the Home Secretary. Okay, take a listen to what she had to say.
I am a child survivor of the Holocaust. In 1943, I was forced to flee my birthplace in Belgium and went across war-torn Europe and dangerous seas until I finally was able to come to the UK in 1947. Now, when I hear you using words against refugees like swarms and an invasion, I am reminded of the language used to dehumanize and justify the murder of my family and millions others. Why do you find the need to use that kind of language?
And I won't apologise for the language that I've used to demonstrate the scale of the problem. I think that I see my job as being honest with the British people and honest for the British people. I'm not going to shy away from difficult truths, nor am I going to conceal what is the reality that we are all watching. I see myself as your voice in government, your voice around the cabinet table, your voice at the Home Office. And I listen and I hear what people here in Fareham tell me, and I cannot hide away from that. So I will, for not 1 minute, say that our track record on taking in people from Ukraine, taking in people from Hong Kong, Syria, Afghanistan, is about me. I'm incredibly proud of what the UK has done in recent years. Hundreds of thousands of people have found security, refuge, and friendship in the United Kingdom, and long may that tradition continue.
So I have several points here. First of all, that was very well said by this woman, this Holocaust survivor who came from Belgium. And the language is exactly the same. There's no question about it. And it's not just the language. You know, you could still, you know, you could use other terminology, and if the policies don't change, it's just as bad. And she's not being honest. She says, "Oh, I'm not going to shy away from uncomfortable truths." You are a goddamn liar, woman. You and Priti Patel before you, both of these Home Secretaries, okay, Suella Braverman and Priti Patel. These are both of their parents, okay. Both their parents came to the United Kingdom, and under their own laws as Home Secretary, they themselves would not have been able to come to the UK, to be born in the UK, and to have a life there. So, like, the hypocrisy is so disgusting, you know, like, it's basically this attitude of, well, you know, I got what I wanted, I'm okay, I'm secure, I can live in the UK, I'm the Home Secretary now, I'm a minister, I'm in the cabinet, I'm very powerful in this country, now I'm going to shut the gates. Now I'm going to screw people that have literally nothing, that are so desperate they're, you know, risking drowning in the Channel or the Mediterranean Sea. And again, she's lying, because if you want to come to the UK to begin an application for as an asylum seeker, right, to take refuge, that's a legal process, and you have to be in the UK on British soil to do it. They don't provide any mechanism whatsoever to come to the UK and begin this legal application. So people have to resort to risking drowning. They have to resort to, you know, hiding in trucks or swimming across the Channel, if everyone's ever done that, crossing the Channel, because of her policies, because she forces people into doing that, right? So you literally have no choice. You have to be in the UK to begin the application, but the British government doesn't let anyone come to begin the application. So people resort to drowning, to coming in illegally. I mean, again, I don't like saying that illegally. It's not illegal. It's literally a legal process. You must be in the UK to start the asylum seeker application. So it's a prerequisite of the fucking thing. So, you know, what are people supposed to do? Just teleport, you know, for 5 minutes, write down the form, and just get out of the UK? This is ridiculous. You know, so she's a liar, just like the one, you know, her predecessor, Priti Patel. She's extremely, you know, vulgar in her language, and you know, talks about people like they're, about people, who have literally nothing, about refugees like they're cattle or something. I mean, if you want to talk about swarms and invasions, why don't you talk about the British and American forces that created those refugees? That's a literal fucking invasion. Those are actual invaders. They have tanks, they have guns, they have weapons, ships, drones. They're literally destroying other countries and then creating these refugees. You are the fucking invader. You, the government, the British government, the American government. You're the invader. You're the illegal one. Okay? I think I played this video to you before, but this is also her a few months ago.
Can I ask you a personal question? Your parents are from Mauritius and Kenya. How do you feel about stopping other people arriving here?
I have no qualms about that, absolutely. And again, this is a kind of a common argument trotted out by the left that, because of the colour of my skin and my heritage, I have to think a certain way and I can't declare certain truths on migration.
You annoy them, don't you? Because you're not left-wing.
I hope I annoy them. That would be my delight if I'm annoying the left. But no, I disagree with that. My parents came here through safe and legal routes. My mother was recruited by the NHS. My dad came here because he was effectively kicked out of Kenya in the 1960s. But they came here legitimately. That was the policy of the government. They came here, they integrated, they loved this country from afar as children of empire. They don't, by the way, have any qualms about extolling the virtues of the British Empire. It was the British Empire.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I can't. I really. It stinks. It stinks too much. Oh God. So the funny thing is, this video that I showed you a few minutes ago, where the Holocaust survivor is confronting her. The Home Office actually contacted this charity and told them to delete the video, right? This one right here. They told them to delete this video, and the charity refused. So the charity is called Freedom from Torture, okay? And the woman who confronted her, the Holocaust survivor, is called Joanne Salter, right? So this is from the Evening Standard. The Home Office said that this 1-minute video misrepresents the interaction because it presents selected excerpts of Miss Braverman's response, which was several minutes long. No, it really doesn't, because we know who you are and what your policies are. That's so irrelevant. I didn't need this video to know who Suella Braverman is and what she thinks and what she says. When she says, when she makes these comments about refugees, she makes them elsewhere. She's already made them in the past. They didn't happen in this video. There's nothing misrepresentative about it whatsoever. The fact that they tried to get it taken down is so funny. They try to screw people and then act like they're victims also. Like, you mischaracterized her and her comments, and it's absurd. The shocking thing is that you have a refugee convention which was written in 1951, the UN Refugee Convention, and one of the leaders on this convention was the UK. All of the policies that they have now, they're basically spitting on this convention of which the UK was a champion. And again, it's interesting because I would say in Europe, you can really see the difference between how Ukrainian refugees are treated and Syrian refugees. Germany, Austria, they certainly did a lot, but the privileges given to Ukrainian refugees, I mean, let's just take the UK. The UK has basically said, we'll take anyone. That's not the case with Afghan refugees or people from Libya, countries that Britain destroyed. These are countries where Britain has an even bigger responsibility to take in the refugees. It owes them. And of course, giving some countries have also given Ukrainians basically residency immediately. Syrian refugees did not get that. They had to have their passports taken away, and then they living in these cardboard boxes until they get the refugee passport. And there's a disparity. There's definitely a disparity. And I remember in Heathrow, so I was in Heathrow a few months ago, and there was a stand for welcoming Ukrainian refugees. Great, that's great, but there was none of this for Syrian refugees, right? So it's not just her, it's the entire government, and it's not just the refugees, it's also how they've been open about supporting Ukraine, to resist the Russians. But then when the Palestinians resist the Israelis or anybody else, that's terrorism. Double standards, it's double standards in terms of the support they lend militarily, politically, and then also in the support towards refugees. This is what brainwashing looks like, children of empire. God, how disgusting.